very, very excited to be here today, and I'm grateful to Nikki for asking me to come along and share some of my knowledge on Canva. As a career PA myself, I did that for well over 25 years before I left the corporate world about 15 years ago to start my own consultancy and training business. And now I get to teach wonderful personal assistants and all sorts of other people how to use Canva and other social media. But today is all about Canva and sharing with you some of the wonderful things that you can create in your business. Now, I'm going to do things a little bit differently. I wouldn't normally do this, but because we've got only a short time, I am going to show you a few of my slides, but they're slides that I've created in Canva. So I'm going to take you directly into the Canva app, into the back end of my own account or one of my accounts, and show you without using, professionally edited video, that how easy it is for you to be on brand 24/7 and how to create these amazing graphics to share across your social media, your print marketing, and your presentations that your boss may give, or even you might give them yourself or someone else on your team. Whether or not you're a lone PA in the office or you've actually got a team of people that you work with, whether you're a small business, medium-sized business, or a larger corporation, Canva can assist. And here we go. You can see that the first thing I'm in is the presentation slides, which are not very many, but I thought, well, I'll pop them together just to show you how easy. Before I show you how to create anything else, I'll run through a couple of the things that we should do when we're talking about Canva. So what is Canva? Well, it's this amazing design anything, publish anywhere graphic design app. And it's an all-in-one tool. So it's a one-stop shop. You don't need to go anywhere else for your print marketing needs. You can even have this sent to the print facility that Canva now have, and then your documents and print marketing show up at your door. So it's really, truly amazing. You can easily manage your brand. So what type of content can we create? Well, we can create text, images, we can take screenshots, infographics, illustrations, quotes. We can use our own photography. We can create video or use the video that's already in Canva. We can create GIFs, and we can use audio and music. We can create a series of posts that are on brand. My friend and colleague, Jo Saunders, who is one of the world's leading LinkedIn specialists, she's very good on staying on brand. Now, in this photo, you can see these are my brand colors. Notice that I do not have my logo on any of these. Now, I have had this branding for quite some time. So people, when they see my colors and they see Mr. Ed, they kind of just naturally associate that with my brand, which is social etiquette. You can showcase your brand. You can create your LinkedIn headers, your Facebook profile headers, Eventbrite headers, whatever you need to create, you name it, you can create it using Canva. If they don't have a template for it, you can create your own custom dimensions and you can create it yourself. You can showcase your services, as I have a number of different areas that I work in, so I've chosen to show bits about each of the things that I do up here. And it's very easy to create once you've got your photographs, and using photographs that depict your company. So there are like literally hundreds of thousands, if not millions, of photographs within Canva. But if everybody's using those same photographs, you don't really have any sort of consistency. So in order to maintain your brand consistency, you'd like to use some unique photographs and images that are unique to your company only. One of the things when you are creating is that you need to think about the image that you're creating, the words that you're using, and the coloring that you're using. So we've got 3 words that you can see in front of you. I see you. There are 2 very different pictures that evoke 2 very different feelings or moods. So the one is very soft and, oh, like clouds floating. Yes, I've used a little bit of color, and I've used a font that's not really invasive or offensive. It's a standard font that you would see often. And then on the second picture with the hand, it's pretty creepy, isn't it? And then you can see that we've used a font that you might see in one of those horror movies. So just have a think about that. Canva has a few tools that are inbuilt that can help you to find fonts what you're looking for. And I'll show you that tool in a moment. So a couple of things to consider when you're taking photos for your own business is to think about your lighting, create some negative space. Now, this is what negative space is here, where you can see that there's room for you to write in your brand message or a quote or sale prices, something like that. You can use just blank spaces, or you can use what Joe's done here. And Joe is great. She's colorful. You can see that she's got 2 different color hairs. So she creates lots and lots of images, always very unique to her. Consider or not whether the photo that you can create can be used as a vertical or a landscape. And this one, depending on how Joe would like to use it, she can actually crop it because she's used it in such a way, and she's created the photo in such a way that she can use it either way. When you're creating, think about creating, particularly if you're using designing for social media, create your images in snackable bites, because we all know that a picture can tell a story. You don't need very many words. And if you do wish to embellish and give a little bit more information, then you can write your words in context in the body of the post or in the comments of the post, depending on which platform that you're on. Now, Canva has this really fantastic color palette generator. You can upload an image. You click on it here. I don't know whether or not you know about text and hex codes, not text codes, hex codes. But in here, this lists all the hex codes for this particular picture. So I would like to upload an image, and then I'll show you how to get those photos. You're just absolutely going to love this. When you start playing around with Canva, and you need to do that, set yourself, get a cuppa or a glass of bubbles, sit down, have a play, and just go for it, because you'll be so amazed what Canva can create. So this is pretty spot on. You can see that it's going to select the 4 colors that make up this photograph. Now, if I want to, I can look at other palette combinations. I can create a custom color, and I can explore. And then I can also save that and, of course, print that out, and then I'll always have my hex color. So that's the color palette generator, which I'm going to close. Now, what I'll do is I'll go back to the home, and we've got probably, 5 or 10 minutes left that I can show you how to create some documents. Along the top row, if you're looking for something specifically, the search bar is always very helpful. And then you can find templates to use. You can click on features and see all these opportunities you have to create. And also, if you'd like to learn, Canva has a really fantastic inbuilt design tutorial. So you can see, you can get started, you can design with Canva. It'll help you with your social media marketing, design basics, and also branding your business. Now, one of the key areas that I use often, and that you will probably use often as well, is in the branding side of it and the marketing side of it. So if I click on branding, you'll see here that it has literally given me so many learning tutorials. So you just click on one of those, and they're in short bursts, so you can learn really quite quickly. And when you go down to the bottom, those are where you can also see those font combinations, photo editor, color wheel, palette generator that I've got across the top here. So I know I'm moving very quickly. Sorry about that. Okay, so then if we click on the home again, if ever you get lost, click on home and it will take you right back to your home screen. Down the left-hand side, if I click on all of my designs, you'll see everything that I've created in this account. If anyone has shared anything with me, it'll also appear in here. Now your brand kit, I talked about that before. So what you do is you upload your logo, basically working with PNGs, which means that you've got transparent backgrounds, is much, much easier to work with, because if you upload a JPEG, pardon me, if you upload a JPEG, you're going to have that white box around it, and you don't always want to have a white box. So it's very easy to do. So I've done that. Here are my brand colors up the top, and then I work with a number of other brands down here, as you can see. Okay. So we go back up. My brand fonts that I use consistently are Quicksand, Railway, and Railway Bold. When I'm working for other clients, I can also upload their fonts in here, which is very, very simple as well. But just make sure when you upload fonts that you actually have the rights and the license to use those fonts. Okay, so that is what your brand kit is. Now, the other thing is if you're only using the free version, you could create, if you can see this picture, you can create what I call it just this little, everything that you see on the screen is actually on here. I've created a little document and I put that down beside me when I'm working, because I work with so many brands that I can't always remember those hex codes, and I don't want to get a hex code incorrect. So when you're in the free version, there are a couple workarounds, but certainly when you're working with the pro version, working with your brand colors makes it very, very easy. Canva has an inbuilt content planner, so you can plan content directly from Canva, and then it will just go out to your socials. You can click on all folders, and then you can see here I've got a number of folders that I work with, and then there are folders within the folders. This is something that we just really loved when Canva brought out. So also all of my folders, I can bring the ones that I use most up to the front. So there you go. That is the tour of the interface. Now, we've not got much time left for creating, but why I showed you, there's always a method to my madness. When I showed you the slides in my presentation, which I'm going to go back to now, I would like to show you how easy it is to repurpose content and to chop and change. So if you were doing, say, a product launch and you wanted to create a different mood or a different color for the different product. So pretend that we're going to, change all the text, and then we want to change the color. So everything in these few slides that I've showed you, if I would like to change the color black, all I would do is I would click on what I would like to change. You see that the black color option appears. Click on color. The first thing it's going to do is give me all the colors that are in the document, like all of the slides. These are all the colors that I've used. Then it's going to give my brand, because remember I just showed you what the brand kit had uploaded, and that will give me all of those in here. So it's very, very easy to change. But for now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on new color, and I'm just going to choose anyone. Let's go. I'll click on green. I don't use green very often, but I'll use this darker green. So you can see that it's actually changed. And now what I'd like to do is make sure that all the slides have the same green. So we went from the black to green. Now, if you look down here, follow my cursor down here, change all. You can see that the one color was black. Do I want to change all of the black to green? Clever. So click all, change all, and when we scroll, you can see that all of the black in the background has changed to the green color. Now, if I wanted to change the background, the red background, click on that again. Just pick another, I'll pick another color that's not in that color palette. I don't think there's any pink in there, so I'll click on a pink or a purple. There we go. And I'll change all. And so now the red background is gone. So we've got that purpley color. The only thing to watch out for when you do this is that you might lose something in here. So there, I would probably go and change the color of the font, and I would add in a white. Okay, so there you go. What you can see now is that I have completely, I'll put it back into presenter mode, and I have completely changed the, oh, there's that video again. Completely changed the feel and look by adding those different colors. Okay, so that's that animation. Now remember, this is not a, I'm going to show you how to do this today. This is, I'm showing you what is possible. That's why I'm moving very, very, very quickly. Okay, so here, if, say I wanted a different photo in the background, I would go into photos, and if I wanted, say icebergs, water, I'm just guessing, icebergs, water, click on that, see if I've got some photos. Oh, there we go, look at that. Okay, I'm going to use that, and that, you can see it's only available, this one in the Pro version. That's okay. I'm going to use that anyway, and I'm going to make that bigger. I'll just drag this out a little bit. Now, you can see that I've got these things appearing. How did I do that? Well, I'll show you. I'm going to delete it. I went into Elements. Now, if you click on this here, if I want to just find free elements that are animated, I click on Free, and I click on Animated. I haven't clicked on Pro, so fingers crossed it's only going to give me the free, and I'm going to apply that filter. And then, so you can see this is the one that I recently used. Just say I wanted, oh, okay, what do I want? Lines, stickers. Let's use this sticker. There we go. A little bit of animation there for you. Make it a little bit smaller. Okay, so there's an iceberg. Let's just see, if a boat comes up. An animated boat. Well, that's even better than that, isn't it? We'll use that and get rid of that. There we go. We got an animated boat in the picture. And say I wanted to put somebody on that boat. How would I do that? Well, I would upload a photo. So, okay, just pick one, anyone. Is there anything with feet in it? No, I'll probably cut her legs off, but I'll choose this one. Okay, now you can see that there's a white background. Well, we don't really want that. So what we're going to do is we're going to click on Effects, click on Background Remover, and it's going to actually remove the background from this one particular photo. With any luck. Okay, now you can see how wonderful that is, isn't it? Okay, so I'm just going to pop her inside the boat and make her a little bit smaller. Probably a little bit too big there, but there, you can see her. She's now in there. Okay, so we've got our photo. What we can do is we can download this either as an MP4 video or as a GIF. So let me do the MP4 will take a little bit longer, but I'll do that, and I'm only going to do the first page here. Done. Download. It's asking me if I want to connect to my social accounts, because remember before I said you can actually post direct to your social accounts. This will just take a minute. Okay, so my design is now saved, and it should be here. There we go. So pretty cool, hey? Now, when you get to, okay, let's get back out of that now because it's a bit noisy. So when you get to learn how to do this, you can create these things in under a minute. That's just how easy it is to do. Okay, so now I'm going to get back out of Facebook. Now, the other thing I can show you is, let's take this design. Right now, the size is set for at 1080 by 1080. Now, say I wanted to create, change it to a Facebook post or an Instagram post directly from here. I've got a fly flying around, lovely. What I would do is always before, I don't want to wipe out a design, so I would make a copy. And you can see that once that copy is made, it will say copy of music testing. So now I'm just going to say test PA summit. So I keep remembering what I've done. Summit, repurposing content. Here we go. So I've given that a name. And now what I'd like to do is click on Resize, and it's going to give me some options. So right now it's at 1080 by 1080. If you hover over these, you'll find that a Facebook post is 940 by 788. I could make this into an A4 document, a brochure, and the list just goes on. Click on more, and it's just going to show me lots and lots and lots and lots of options down here. So let's create an A4 from this one. So because I've already copied it, now I'm just going to resize. You see how it's slightly changed? Whoa, there's a very big fly. Sorry about that. It's changed the layout ever so slightly, but it looks pretty good. So if I wanted to, I could actually save this one. I'm just going to delete those ones. Now, if I want to save this as an A4, click on these three little arrows. My options here, I can download, I can present from it, I can share a link, I can present and record, I can share to my Facebook, Twitter, I can share to email, Facebook group, Google Drive, Dropbox. You can see all these options here. Or I can print them on letterheads, on t-shirts, business card, canvases, whatever, you name it, you can do it. Click on these buttons, and then you have the option to click on purchase, and it'll get sent straight to the Canva print facility. And then once you have your account set up, it'll arrive at your door once you pay for it, of course. It'll arrive at your door. So for this option, if I click here, okay, quality letterhead delivered to your doorstep. Now, let's click on continue just to show you. I don't really want to do it too much because it's already got my credit card details. When you sign up for Pro, you put your credit card details in there. So if I click continue, it might just charge me for it. There are 2 more steps. Okay, and that's literally how easy that one is. I'll close that. So now I'm back at the A4 document. Now say I'd like to make that into Facebook post. What I would do is, you can do it 2 ways now. I'll do recopy and say click on Facebook post, and I'll just go copy and resize. So now you can see the size has changed ever so slightly. If I wanted to make this photo a little bit bigger, I could actually just click on it. And then I could click on this lovely gal and put her down and make her a little bit bigger. So that's as easy. Now I did that in about 10 seconds. So that's that one. Say I wanted to, let's copy and resize to something. Oh, it might need to save itself first. Have I done too much there? I'm going to make a copy. It's going to give me a copy of a copy of. Okay. One more resize to something that's even, you know, much smaller. Let me see. Instagram post. Well, okay, a flyer. Let's do a flyer because that's quite different. Oh no, that's the same, isn't it? How about an infographic or a photo collage? I don't know what that'll do. Let's just click on that one. Same difference here. Now, if you wanted to, you could actually add another picture to that. So that's how easy it is to repurpose content. So let me close a few of these windows because we've got far too many open now. I don't know how much I've gone over. I'm going to assume I've gone over by about 10 minutes. So I really should leave it there. But there's just so much more that I can show you. And of course, Christmas is just around the corner. So you can create all sorts of cards, social media for your personal, postcards, cards, invitations, t-shirts. You know, there's just so much you can do. There are a lot of Canva trainers. There are a lot of online tutorials that are out there. But also, as I mentioned earlier, within Canva, they have an amazing design tutorial program for you so you can learn directly. Now, I can actually teach you one-on-one online via Zoom if you'd like, but I really do hope that you've got some benefit out of this today. I know it's an awful lot to take in, or a great lot. Awful lot is not really a good word, is it? You've got a great arsenal to move forward with. And I really hope that I haven't scared you off, that I've actually just whet your appetite so that you'll want to use this more and more. If there's anything that I can help you with, I'm here. I'm sure that Nikki will provide my details to you. And I'm just absolutely delighted that I could be with you today. Now, what I'd like to do is stop sharing my screen and close out by saying thank you so much for joining me. And I really do hope that that you design to your heart's content and you knock your boss's socks off, and you've got your print marketing and your social platforms consistently decorated with all these wonderful on-brand designs. So thank you so much, Nikki. Thank you very much. I have really enjoyed this, and I hope to see you all again soon.